This is WHO TV 13 Des Moines. And now, News Center 13 at 10. With John Bachman, Kelly Eckerman, meteorologist Tim Hedrick with the weather, and Jeff Beimpour with the sports.
Good evening. A Waterloo mother is under arrest tonight, charged with murdering her son.
Police say she smothered the boy and then tried to kill herself. 27-year-old Carol Hundley was arrested earlier today. Hundley's husband, William, says that he came home about 2 a.m. Sunday and found his son, Nathan, on the living room couch. Another son, Seth, was not injured. Carol Hundley was found next to the kitchen stove with the gas turned on. She had left a note, but police will not say what was in that note. Neighbors say that they are shocked by this incident.
I think they were as nice a couple as you would wish to be in your neighborhood. And all I know is I see Bill and his wife walk along over there with the two boys, and they spend a lot of time with them, and I just don't understand it.
Police say Hundley apparently gave the boy sleeping pills first before smothering him with 2 pillows.
On the day his murder trial was scheduled to begin, Des Moines teenager Charlie Little is a free man. Little was the prime suspect in the shotgun murders of his parents, Charles and Irene Little, back in 1986. Today, charges against him were dropped, and he was escorted out of the Polk County Jail by defense attorney John Wellman. The Polk County Attorney's Office dropped the charges after key evidence against Little was suppressed when Judge Anthony Critelli ruled Little's rights were violated. We talked with Charlie Little this afternoon. He says he is innocent and could have proved it in court.
Well, I'm glad that I'm free, but I'm not glad that the charges have been dismissed. I was hoping that it would go to trial, so my innocence would come out, and this would be all over by an acquittal.
At this point in time, it certainly appears from talking to the investigating officers that he still appears to be the chief suspect. There are obviously some other avenues that need to be looked at, and we're basically going to start all over again.
Smith admits mistakes were made in the handling of the case, but denies charges that Des Moines police and former prosecutor Jim Ramey bungled the case. Smith says charges could be refiled in the case within the next few months.
The drought of '88 is taking its toll on Iowa's rivers and streams. Water levels are down and pollution levels are up. My team reporter Dane Placco has been looking at the problem, joins us now with a report.
John, the problem could have a profound effect on fish and wildlife in our state. The drought of '88 is a twofold problem. One, lack of fresh rain, meaning that wastewater discharge will make up a higher percentage of our rivers and streams. Secondly, algae and other types of natural pollution flourish in these kind of conditions. The problem seems to be especially acute here in central Iowa.
Those will be the first ones to dry up or get very, very close to drying up and maybe only having wastewater flow in them.
These small rivers and streams in central Iowa face the greatest immediate danger from the drought.
If the flow got low enough, and to date it is not low enough, that we would see increased concentrations of pollutants that are being discharged by our sewage treatment facilities.
Another problem is irrigation. State officials are considering new restrictions on crop irrigation, which they say robs streams and rivers of badly needed water. It also increases pollution levels. Thanks to Saylorville Reservoir, Des Moines has enough clean water to last nearly a year. However, even here, water levels are down sharply. Normally, the Army Corps of Engineers releases thousands of cubic feet of water from Saylorville each second. Right now, it's only releasing 400 cubic feet per second. Fishing could become a thing of the past on small rivers and streams. If the fish don't die from simple lack of water, pollution could finish them off.
So you may see a concentration of ammonia, diminished dissolved oxygen, some of the other pollutants that are being discharged at safe levels. The concentrations will still rise.
However, the DNR officials point out, John, that these massive fish kills and wildlife kills are perfectly natural in habitat situations. Sometimes in the past, you know, rivers and streams dried out before, so it's not something that hasn't happened before.
In critical times like this, Dane, can't the state lower the wastewater discharge?
Well, they say that technically they can't. They say that they're bound by state rules to allow a certain amount of wastewater discharge to go out, which means that, ironically enough, there may be some very dry rivers and streams that are only filled by wastewater.
Okay, thank you, Dane. Well, farmers in North Dakota have been hit hard, too, by the same drought that we're experiencing, but that hasn't stopped them from sending some of their own grain to Nigeria, Africa, where the drought and its impact is much more severe than here. Still, the 20 area farm families contributing this grain are honoring a promise that they made back in January when grain prices were a lot lower, and they didn't know their own crops would be failing. They say, though, helping others takes their minds off the problems that they face.
It's not just the dryness that's causing problems, it's the extreme heat. For those who can't escape the outdoors, there are